Hello, everyone. Hello. Thank you so much for joining me today. And my name is Ileane Smith. So if this is your first time here, be sure to hashtag 2taps. 2taps means that you will tap on that screen gently and lovingly to give this video a like. That's one tap. Then share it out with your friends. That's your 2taps. Then if it's your first time and you're not subscribed, 2taps means the first tap is to go ahead and subscribe, and that second tap is for the notification bell. And make sure you sign up for the email notifications as well. So today we're doing a live audio that will also be an episode of the Miss Ileane Speaks podcast. And you go to ILEANESBUDDY.com for more information and when the show notes will be available. So let's get into today's topic. And our topic today is how content creators can nurture relationships with a Facebook business page. That's right. We're going to talk about Facebook today because, see, here's the deal. We have so many tools that we can use to connect with our audiences, right? You know, we've got all these different platforms. We've got all these different social media. But let's face it, even though Facebook may not be on the growth trajectory, say that word 3 times fast, Facebook is still the top platform. It is where you will be able to find people who are interested in whatever it is that you have to say. And speaking of that, I see my friend is here. Hamed Asif says, I am here, my teacher. Thank you so very much for being here in the audience today. All right, so because Facebook has so many tools, they have got so many tools. I want to take things in an order that you can if you're just getting started with building your Facebook presence. Okay, so keep that in mind, that these tools that may not necessarily have to go in this order, but what I want to give you is some insights about how you could possibly start to nurture that audience over on Facebook. So hang on, let me just get this graphic up here for you. And we're going to take a little 30-second pause and be right back to get into the content. Okay, so we're back. Okay, so Hamed Asif says that my parents say only use YouTube because too much social media ruins children. And I'm glad that your parents are being very cautious with you and monitoring what you're doing. I know the last time I went live and you came on, then also your dad came on and your mom came on. And I think that is a wonderful way to make sure that your kids are being exposed to the right type of content. Here we talk about how you can build an audience, how you can use all these different tools in order to get your message out, because I know that you all have a message and you need to get that message out. So this is one of the reasons why I like to bring you this content, because you can influence people. You can make a positive impact on the world with your content. And so I want to share with you some ways you can do that. And Facebook is a powerful tool, and that's why some things are going on in the news with Facebook and excuse me, and everyone wanting to make sure that people are protected, that their privacy is protected, and all of that with Facebook. So that's another reason why Facebook is so important. Okay, so let's get into the content. All right, so let's talk about how you can get started with nurturing a relationship with your audience using Facebook. One of the tools, and I've done a video about this that you can use, is watch parties. And I see my friend Aunt Capone is here. Hey, Aunt, and Kant Mangler, who is the mom, I believe, of Hamed Asif. Thank you so much. Oh, you are mother of, okay, see, I was right. Aunt Capone, it's good to see you. So let's talk about Facebook watch parties. And the reason why I recommend the watch party for somebody who is just starting out is because with a Facebook watch party, you can curate content. Let me explain really quickly what a watch party is. Any video that's on Facebook, it could be a live stream or an uploaded video. You can set up a watch party, which would mean that you and your audience, those people that you're trying to nurture along and build relationship with, can watch the video together. And you can all make commentary in the chat on that video. So the only stipulation is that the video must be on Facebook. And that's it. So this is a great way for someone who's not really sure what type of content their audience is interested in, or if you don't have a lot of content yourself, you get started with that by introducing your audience to some of the content. And then you see what resonates with them, and that brings them back to your page because they know that you're always providing good content. You know, you string together some really popular videos and you have this watch party. It's like you're having people over and you're sitting in your living room watching something together. So watch parties are a lot of fun in one sense, but when you're starting out with a page, it's a great way to find out what resonates with your audience and with little risk involved because you don't even have to make the content yourself. So Facebook watch parties. The next thing I want to move into is Facebook events. And I see that Rasul is here. Kamal Rasul is here, and that's the father of Ahmad. So I just love that you family are all here together listening to me on this YouTube live audio today. And you said he learns a lot from me. Thank you so very much. All right. So now the next thing that's very easy to set up and that can also be used to nurture your audience is Facebook events. See, certain things are unique to the Facebook platform, and an event is something that's unique. But here's how you can do this as a new Facebook page. You can have an event to say, let's say you wanted to do it today at noon, wherever you are in the world, doesn't matter. you want to do it at noon. You know that you're going to have some free time at noon, and you set up an event. People will be able to come and say whether they're interested in that event or whether they want to attend. Now, the event is going to be an online event. It's not going to be an in-person event, which we can do those as well, but we're just talking about just getting started and just nurturing our audience on our page, okay? So you're really going to start with an online event. It could be the watch party. It could be that you have a piece of content that you're going to upload, okay? So you set up the watch party, and then that way everybody knows what time they need to be there, and they can all gather around at that specific time, and they'll get the notification from Facebook. Okay? So that's the next thing. All right. Now, the Facebook newsfeed is pretty much something that I think we all know. Right? You've done some watch parties. You've got an idea of what people are interested in. You've done some events. You've gotten to see that people will respond to things that you put out there. So then in the news feed, you could post anything. It could be video. It could be an image. It could be just a text status update. It could be a live stream. So many different things that you could just post in your news feed, and that just brings more attention to your page. The next thing that I want to talk about is something that we have been embracing on so many different platforms, but I don't want you to forget that you can also embrace this with your Facebook page, and that is stories. Facebook page stories. You know, I've been talking about these stories for a while now. And if you go back about 2 videos ago where I talked about how you can get that swipe up feature on Facebook, you know, a lot of people use it on Instagram, and you can also get that on your Facebook page stories. So I'm going to just let you know that there's another video, and I'll put a YouTube card here for you to go back to that video. But with the stories, there's just such an easy way for you to nurture your audience, because the stories of profiles are mixed in with the stories from pages, just like on Instagram. So your page already has a better chance of getting visibility in the stories. The other reason why I like stories and why I want you to start using stories is because they only have to be 15 seconds long. You know, on Instagram, you may want to string a bunch of stories together. But for a Facebook page story, you may just want to do one 15-second clip, or maybe 2. Okay? Because you're just starting to nurture that audience. You're not really going full-blown stories on Facebook, but you are going to be able to get those reactions, and you're going to be able to see your insights. You'll see who liked or gave reaction to your story, and then you'll know who your super fans are. Okay? So with that, I'm going to take another short break while I have a sip of water. And I see my friend Electronics Hiking and Jesus Talk is here. Would you recommend Facebook to share some behind the scenes content? Absolutely. That's a fantastic idea. And the stories is a great way for you to share that behind the scenes. And I see someone else is here and says, "Hi, teacher. Unfortunately, I can't read your name because it's in a different language, but hello, how are you?" If you want to type your name into the chat so that I could read it out, I will give you a shout out. Okay, so behind the scenes can be done with the stories. They can be done as a recorded video, or even as a status update with maybe just a picture. And that's a great way. It's always a great way to engage your audience with behind the scenes, because it lets people know what goes into making that content that you're making for them. So behind the scenes is fantastic. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is actually it's Facebook pages, but it's the other app that works in conjunction with Facebook, and that is Messenger. Facebook Messenger. You know, when you have a Facebook page, everybody has a Messenger app that is connected to their page so that people can message you. Now, I'm not going to get into the whole Messenger bots and all that, because we're really basically talking about free stuff, right? And we're talking about stuff that's really simple. And I personally don't have a lot of expertise in Messenger bots, and maybe I will bring someone on for an interview and we can talk more about them. But for now, I just want to talk about the things that you can set up yourself in your Facebook page. You can set up Messenger responses that will automatically let someone know if they message your page. You can send them back a greeting that says, "Hi, I normally answer between such and such hours," or "Hey," and you can personalize it with their name, and you can say, "Hey, I will get back to you," or "Thank you so much for your question," or whatever. But it's a great way to nurture those relationships with people, because if they reach out to you and you don't have that automated message set up, they just may think you don't care about them. But at least with the automated message, you can tell them when to expect you to get back to them, or you could give them a link to go and find out more information. Or you can let them know you've got this event coming, you've got a watch party coming, whatever the case may be. Okay, so take advantage of that automated messenger that you can set up with your Facebook page. And how are you guys enjoying this content so far today? Please don't forget #2taps. That means share it out with your friends and with your other social media. You can do it on Twitter, Facebook, or wherever. Just let everybody know that Miss Ileane is over here talking about Facebook pages and how to nurture your audience. So let's move on to the next thing. Facebook groups. Oh my gosh, everybody loves Facebook groups, right? But what I want to remind you is that you can join Facebook groups as your page. You can also set up a Facebook group as your page. So interacting with those folks that you're trying to nurture as your audience through a Facebook group can be done with your page. Now, there's a little ins and outs and tutorial that I need to set up for you guys about things that you can do as a page versus what you can do as your profile. But just know, if you're in a group, you can ask the admin of the group if it's okay for you to join as your page, because as a group owner, people have to actually go and turn on that option to allow people to join as a page. But believe it or not, a lot of folks will allow that as long as you don't come in spamming. But I'm going to say that if you're following me and if you're listening to this now, you have no intention on spamming anybody's groups, because we don't play that. Okay, so now let's move into another area. And that's going to be our videos. Facebook videos can be uploaded. All right. Now, we talked about this a little earlier with the Newsfeed, but I want to talk about Facebook premieres. But before I do that, I do see I have a question here. My friend Richard Clarkson is in the house. What's the difference between a page and a profile? Okay. One of the biggest differences between a page and a profile is that with your business page, think of it as being set up as a business or to represent a business, even if you're a solopreneur or you're a content creator, which is what this particular topic is today. We're talking about content creators such as myself. I do tutorials, I do live streams, I do videos and all that. And I have a page. Also, if you're a blogger, you could have a page. But the page behavior is different. You don't get friends, whereas on your profile, you have people that will be your friend. But on your page, you don't have friends. You have people who either like your page or they follow your page. Okay? Now, people can follow your profile as well, but you can't interact with people. You can't go in and just looking for people and interacting with them when you have a business page. And this is why I'm going through with you today the tools that you can use as a business page. And a lot of these tools you can use as a profile as well, but most of them will be specific to pages. And Facebook does not like for you to promote your business on your profile. Now you can. And I know, Richard, I know that you use your profile a lot to talk to friends and family, so that's perfectly fine. But with a page, you also can run advertising. You cannot run Facebook ads from your profile. Now that's important, and I want to let you know that I'm not going to cover Facebook advertising today because we're talking about someone who's getting started with their page, and that would be a whole nother video, okay? But you can only run ads when you have a business page, okay? So I hope that answered your question. And I see there's another question there, but before I take a look at it, I'm going to take a short 10-second break. Okay, here I do see a comment. It wasn't a question. It was from Electronics Hiking and Jesus Talk. To all the spammers here, please leave. Nobody enjoys you. Thank you. Thank you so much for having my back. But I just want to let you know, I don't have spammers in my audience. And so if anybody who's watching this replay, if you happen to be one of those people, shame on you. Get it together. It's so much more fun when you create authentic content. And if you are someone who feels the need to put others down, then I really encourage you to, seek help, professional help. Okay? All right. So Richard says, I don't have a business, so maybe I don't need a page. Well, like I said, a page could also be for creators. There's advantages. It was just one of what I'm going through now that you can do. For example, here's the next topic I'll give you. This is something that you can do with a page that you cannot do with a profile. You ready? Ready for this? It's coming right now. With a business page, you can upload a video and do what's called a video premiere. So you have this video that you've created. Like, for example, this video right here, even though I'm doing it as audio, I can download this when I'm done. I can download it from YouTube. And then later on, I can upload it to Facebook as a video premiere. Okay, and then with the premiere, that gives people time to say, okay, she scheduled this premiere for 6 p.m. So I'm just going to make sure no matter what I'm doing that I'm around on her page at 6 p.m. because I really want to get this content from her. See, because you've already started to nurture your audience. You've already done those watch parties. You've had those events. You've done some stories. You've interacted with people in groups, and they know that you have valuable content. And so when you are scheduling a premiere, they may see that in their newsfeed, but they can click to get reminders. So they'll get that notification right before you go, your premiere goes live. And what you need to do is to be there when people are watching the premiere, because it's almost like a watch party, but you guys can all conversate. You can answer any questions that may come up and all of that. And so Premiere is another way that you can nurture your relationships with your audience on Facebook. Now, Richard, I just also want to say that you may be right. Facebook pages are not right for everyone. So you have to decide that yourself. If you want a page, because with a page also comes responsibility of putting out regular content. If you want to build an audience and get people who are interested in your page, but you may not want to do that. You may just want to be someone who likes to be in the groups, contributing in the groups, asking questions. I see you doing that all the time. You like to support folks like you've supported me many times. Come over to my live streams like you are here right now. And I so appreciate you. So I hope that has answered your question and give you some little bit more insights about whether or not you need a page. Okay, because that's a very good question. So with this, I'm going to go into my last thing that I have here. Of course, there's so much more. Oh, Full to Tech is here. Hello, hello. There is so much more that I can say on this topic, okay? But what I'm going to do now is just close out with the last thing that I have on my list here. Put it that way. And so just to let you know, before we close out, this has been your girl, Ileane Smith. You see, if you look at the screen right now, you'll see ILEANESBUDDY.com is the website. And I want you to head over there because I will be using this as part of the podcast, which is the Miss Ileane Speaks podcast. And I so appreciate you guys for being here. So the last thing that I want to talk about nurturing your audience with your Facebook page is using Facebook Live. Facebook Live. Now, you can go live on your Facebook profile as well. But the reason why I want to talk to you about the Facebook page is because you also have the opportunity to get into these different programs that Facebook is offering, like the creators program and all that, where you can get your videos monetized. Now, it's a lot different from YouTube, okay? So I don't want you to confuse them, but in some ways it's similar to YouTube as well. But you can only do that with a page. You can't do that just as a profile. So you can do the Facebook Lives. Just to wrap things up, I'm going to go over the list of everything that I went through today. Let's start that right now. We've got watch parties. We've got Facebook events, the Facebook Newsfeed, Facebook stories. Be sure you see my video about using the swipe up feature. We've got Facebook Messenger and setting up those automated messages. We've got pages versus groups, and how you can also join a group as a page or set up a group as a page. You've got your video premieres and just uploading videos, and you can also have a Facebook watch page. Okay, and also Facebook Live, and that's giving you opportunities that we will definitely dive into more in future videos. So I thank you very much for joining me. And if you're watching this in a replay, and don't forget everybody, hashtag 2taps. That means tap the screen once, tap that like button, and tap that share button. Or if it's your first time here, tap the subscribe button and then tap to get the email notifications. I so very much appreciate you guys, and I will see you in the next video. This has been Ileane Smith signing off. Have a great day. Peace.